It's almost like a picture out there, but it really is a golf course designed by the artist designer Mike Strantz, the late Mike Strantz, who not only created golf courses for what they should be, but for what they could be. When you play True Blue, you better have an open mind, because you may see a few things you don't normally see on other golf courses. We're also going to be down the road at the sister course, Caledonia, bringing you the best of Myrtle Beach golf in these two golf courses that have been acclaimed worldwide for not only their beauty, but for their great excitement for the golfers, right here on The Traveling Golfer.
It's not limited edition, not cast conditioned, not exclusive or extra, nor is it private reserve. It is, however, a rare breed, American lager from an American-owned, family-operated brewery. Since 1829, we kept it so simple, we're still in fashion. Fancy that. America's oldest brewery, Yuengling.
With Bob Saganti, the Director of Golf Operations at both True Blue and Caledonia, as we sit on the front patio here at Caledonia with all the beauty of this old rice plantation. Bob, welcome to The Traveling Golfer.
Tony, welcome to Caledonia. It's great to see you again. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's been down here 23 years, from the Philadelphia area, a native, and has not adopted the southern drawl.
No, I sure haven't, but some folks from Drexel Hill say I have, but it's been a fantastic transition in my life. 23 years in the Pawleys Island area, and absolutely ecstatic to be here.
Well, we can certainly understand why. I know of no more contagious lifestyle in America than the low country lifestyle, and I'm sure that is the same the way you feel about it too.
Well, it's an amazing place to live. I've raised my family here. You know, we're 2 miles from the beach. We have world-class golf, world-class fishing, world-class gardens, all in a very casual, relaxed neighborhood. This is one of the few places I've been in the country where millionaires and paupers go out and spend a day on the water, come back and tell a couple fish tales and have a drink or two, and everyone gets home a little early down here in the low country.
Well, speaking of fish tales, True Blue being the more modern setting of the two properties, Caledonia is actually called Caledonia Golf and Fish Club. Tell us the background on that.
Well, there's a brief history here. The ownership of the property formed a company called Ponderosa Inc., and they're all local gentlemen, and they're all have been throughout their lives, have been avid hunters and fishermen, and ironically not really golfers per se. So they purchased Caledonia, which was a working rice plantation back in the 1700s. They purchased it in 1971 to hunt and fish. And along came 1993, 1994. They met up with a young architect, Mike Strantz, and some other folks in the golf business. Of course, as we know, in the 90s, golf was really taking off. Suggested that this would make a fairly nice setting for a golf course, which is the understatement of all time here. And the ownership gave Mike Strantz, who was a fantastic architect and really an artist is what he was. They gave him carte blanche to do what he wanted with the property, and in January 1994, Caledonia Golf and Fish Club opened.
And brought a lot of the artistic talents with him, as well as the engineering techniques that you need to build a good golf course. These two golf courses, 20 years later, have gotten actually better.
They have gotten better with time, and we describe Caledonia as a classic beauty, an older style golf course, but I don't really see it that way. It has an interesting route. What makes it a classic beauty is the live oaks and everything else, but it's really a very modern design throughout the golf course with the routing and the bunkering and the green shapes and the resistance to some shots and everything else. But I think where the classic feel comes to the amazing floral and fauna, the landscape here, that our landscape budget is second to none. A lot of this is natural, so the live oaks. So really, Caledonia is an amazing, and we can call it a classic beauty.
This is number 7 at Caledonia, and I love this hole. It's got everything. It's got the water, the beach bunker bleeding down into the water, the live oak trees, a green ring by azaleas, and we're with head professional Mark Girton. Mark, tell us about it.
Oh, it's a great medium-length par 4 that has quite a bit of challenge out there. You can quite possibly make a birdie, but with the largest green in the golf course protected by a giant oak tree, there's a little trouble out there as well.
Well, we're not afraid of it. It's got so much beauty, we can't wait to have at it. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
There you go. Well, Mark, I learned the hard way. The tee shot has to be on the left side of that fairway. This tree over here is a bogey maker, but not for you.
Well, the putter can do it to me.
Now, Bob, once you do get off the property in the midst of the low country here, there is some other things to do.
Well, there are certainly other things to do, Tony. Pawleys Island is famous for its restaurants. I mean, anything from Italian to steak to seafood. Certainly you can venture up to the Marsh Walk on Merle's Inlet. What used to be called Restaurant Row is now called the Marsh Walk. And you know, at one time we used to roll up the sidewalks here at 8 p.m. You know, now we're staying open till 11 p.m. So it's not the hustle and bustle of Myrtle Beach, but it's certainly enough dining and entertainment options here.
And if
now.
somebody wants a little bit of culture,
Well, they'll have to visit the world-famous Brook Green Gardens, Tony, up in Merle's Inlet, with featuring the sculptures of Remington. It's a world-renowned destination. It's something to do besides golf, dining, and having a cocktail or two. So, great place to visit.
Leodora? That'd be great. Great. All right.
we're in the fish shed here at Caledonia. This is a famous little casual place right outside the clubhouse where members and sometimes guests gather for special things, but the most special thing that happens here is all in the hands of John Rush right here.
Right.
He is the keeper of the famous Caledonia fish stew recipe that was handed down from the late George Yum Yum Young. And this is it right here, right, John?
Right here.
Tell us a little bit. I know you can't give the whole secret away.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about what goes into the fish stew.
Well, we we cut our onions and fish up, and we put, that'll be the last thing that goes into the pot. You put all your ingredients in the pot, and once you get your ingredients in, let it cook for so long. Then
Just so long.
Yeah.
The old famous so long.
Then you add your ingredients and let that cook for so long. And then the last thing you put in your fish and your chopped potatoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
it's
it
good.
simmers down, and people have been coming to Caledonia for years.
Right.
Looking forward to
Look-
this both
look-
in the clubhouse
Look for this.
and out on the golf course, right?
And you should try, because you can only find this right here. Good stuff.
What if we told you that you could get more distance by increasing loft? What if the pros were increasing their loft a full degree or more mid-season? That's what happens when we move weight low and forward. Are you ready for more distance? SLDR from TaylorMade.
Here in the clubhouse at True Blue, they've got their own little Hall of Fame. All of the national awards, the national stories, including one previewing the arrival of the traveling golfer. No doubt about it, Bob. You mentioned True Blue as the naughty sister, and it really is a devilish golf course that is especially attractive to players. Not that other people can't play it, but the better players love the challenges of True Blue.
Well, they really do, and it's interesting that you make that point. When the golf course was first designed, and Mike, again, had carte blanche from the ownership, and it was designed as a golf course for players to play, single digits, and it was really stretched out to about 7,100 yards, and there were some difficult spots on the golf course that were hard for the 18 handicap to navigate.
Most of the greens at True Blue are big. This one is gigantic, 171 feet from front to back, with a huge slope in the middle.
We realized that in the Myrtle Beach marketplace, 18 handicap is your bread and butter. I mean, that's 80-85% of our golfers. So we've made some tweaks to the golf course back in 2000, widened some landing areas and everything else, but it's still a golf course that really, really good players like to play all the way back. But we've also made enough changes where we have 5-6 sets of tees now. We'll put out junior sets of tees, and the golf course will play anywhere from 4,900 to the pro length of 7,125. So it's really become a golf course for everybody.
We're on the 9th hole at True Blue Plantation, a long par 5 with a long waste area down the right side. A lot of waste areas on True Blue. We've got head professional Bart Romano. That waste area is a bit of the look of True Blue, isn't it, Bart?
Yes, a lot of waste areas here at True Blue Golf Club. Also generous landing areas, very large fairways. It's a little different look from the tee. It's very visually intimidating, but the fairways are very generous.
Well, we're thankful for these wide tee shot landing areas, especially on this hole, and we're going to have at it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor.
How about that? First ever traveling golfer, birdie eagle. Great shot, Bart.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Great
Yeah.
playing, man.
Yeah. This is a challenging golf course, but if you do get it on the greens, you can make a few birdies here.
Yeah, the greens aren't quite severe. There's a lot of subtle breaks, so once you're on the green, you have a lot of chances to make a lot of putts.
For the rest of the golfers, though, to make it a little bit easier, the key when they come to True Blue?
The key at True Blue Golf Club to have an enjoyable day is select the right tee to play from. We have 5 sets of tees here, and if you choose the correct one, it makes the golf course's play much more enjoyable. It can be a great day of golf.
Now, there you go. You got Tony's tip, courtesy of Bart at True Blue. Now, to have 2 nationally renowned golf courses on the same property is quite an attraction, especially to people coming to Myrtle Beach because they want to get a lot of golf in. You picked up on that recently and started a packaging company so that the people can stay here, play here, and if they want to play some other places, take care of that too.
We certainly do. We started a company called Caledonia Golf Vacations just back in early 2010. And what we really wanted to do, because our ownership only owns these golf courses. They don't own hotels, so we relied on other travel providers and hotels to, book the tourists to come to play here. And we've had a fantastic relationship with those folks. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to offer something a little different. We wanted to offer multi-play packages at Caledonia and True Blue, where you could come in on a 5-round package and play Caledonia 4 times and True Blue 1 time, or 3 and 2, or however you wanted to do it. And we were fortunate enough to partner with our company over Beach Vacations over at True Blue Resort, where we have the golf villas there, and here we are smack dab in the middle of Pawleys Island with the 2 golf courses surrounding True Blue Resort. It's really been a very nice fit for our company.
From what was once a working rice plantation, it's all been sculpted and carved for you by the artist Mike Strantz. This is the 18th hole at Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, a fitting end to our trip through the southern part of Myrtle Beach, this low country that is so spectacularly beautiful, is now also beauty and challenge on Caledonia and of course at True Blue. We hope you enjoyed the trip with the Traveling Golfer.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel.
Well, the back porch at Caledonia is one of the great places to sit, watch the people come up 18, maybe even heckle them a little bit. Does that ever happen, Bob?
Every once in a while, Tony, every once in a while.